Hey there, welcome to my vlog. I'm an electrical officer working on the commercial fleet, container vessel, tankers, Roro, whatever. Anything that is in the commercial fleet, I will be on board. In this episode, I will show you something very interesting while I am on board. This time I am on board a container vessel, and I hope you will enjoy the vlogs that will follow every 2 weeks in English on this channel. If you enjoy the vlog, don't forget to hit that like button, it's absolutely free, and maybe you want to subscribe to the channel to see what I will post next. Will be interesting stuff while I am on board about the machinery that I'm working. Sometimes I have interview with the crew, or I will go outside for a nice short leave. Let's start the show. Woo-hoo-hoo! In today's vlog, I want to take you with me in the AC room to see how I am doing maintenance on the filters for the AC of the accommodation. The filter that I am showing you right now is broken, and I had to improvise something to make it work somehow, because if you have not been on the marine before, maybe you have never been on board, or maybe you have nothing to do with this line of work. Things are tough when it comes to having whatever you are supposed to have as spare parts. So most of the time you will have to improvise something. That is why during the vlog and during this vlog and other vlogs you will see me improvising, because like I said, you do not always have the necessary spare parts to make things work as they are supposed to. So I had to repair that filter. This is the unit number 2, which is used for the cooling down of the whole accommodation, so to speak. The AC, the air conditioning unit, is for the whole accommodation. It is not like private homes where you have in each apartment or each room. So it's a whole unit for the whole accommodation. And as an electrical officer, it is my duty to check every morning the temperatures, that they are in good working conditions. Sometimes every Saturday when I'm doing my maintenance all over the vessel, where I check the batteries and the emergency generator and the lifeboats, I make it a habit of checking also the AC unit, because it has a pulley belt, and that belt can break sometimes, and then the accommodation will not cool down as much as it should. So you have to check once in a while the conditions over there. I check the temperatures, like I said. I check the motor of the pulley, if it's doing a proper job, if it's lined correctly. It has to be aligned with the pulley to do a good job. Keep in mind that most vessels that I work on have like 12, 15, 17 years of age. So most of my contracts are not on new ships, new vessels. So when you work on older vessels, there is a lot more jobs to do, and I try to do my best as possible, but sometimes it's getting tougher when you don't have the necessary spare parts. Anyway, like I will show, what I was showing you now are the air filters that I use additional to the filters that are located inside that unit. The wired one. I like to put an extra one, which is much better for the crew to have cleaner air, because the piping, as you can imagine, If you have a 15-year-old vessel, as you can imagine, the piping inside is full of rust, and also the ship is moving all around the world, and not everywhere is clean and fresh air, and sometimes you get bugs in the accommodation as well, which can go through the piping from the AC unit that I was showing you earlier, and can go in the crew's cabin, and that is not good at all. To come on board as a seafarer, you have to do some vaccination. That is mandatory, especially if the ship is going through African areas. You have to have the yellow fever vaccine, but even so, you don't want any of those dangerous bugs to get inside the accommodation, and keeping your AC unit nice and clean with clean filters and properly installed can prevent those bugs. Also the dust from outside, especially when you are in the port, you know, when you are inside, when you are at sea in the middle of the ocean, there is the freshest air possible, but the ship has to go in the port to load or discharge the cargo, like you are seeing in these photos, and as you can imagine, the air is polluted, and you have to take care of your AC unit. Like I said, I do it a habit as an electrical officer. When I am on board, every Saturday I check the air filters that I have replaced now, that I was showing you earlier, and here you will see me how I made this how I improvised this repair, because I could not order. Like I said, this is a 15-year-old vessel, and I cannot order this type of spare part. Even if I would find a part number, they will not supply such thing. So you have to improvise something. It would have been much easier and faster if I could do some welding, but unfortunately our fitter did not have the proper tools. There were a lot of things lacking regarding the spare parts on board this vessel and in this company, so most of the time you did not have the necessary tools to repair things. So like I said, we have to improvise. For the moment I made this work. It was working properly, so to speak. So like I was saying earlier, every Saturday I check the AC unit. Actually I check it every morning, the temperatures and the pressures, but every Saturday I check the air filters, and I make it a habit every 2-3 weeks, depending how dirty they are. If the voyages are long and the ship is staying most at sea, as you can imagine, the filters are not so dirty and they do not require to be replaced so often. But if the ship, like a container vessel, is doing a lot of ports, on a container vessel we had ports every 10 to 12 hours. So as you can imagine, the air filters were getting very, very dirty, especially if you are navigating in China. There is a lot of air pollution over there, so the air filters need to be replaced every 2 weeks or so. So I was replacing them. This is a job that you have to do for everybody, not just for yourself. If you get lazy on this and you refuse to replace those air filters, then you will breathe that dirty, dusty air yourself in your cabin. Like I said, the AC is not for each cabin individually, it's for the whole accommodation. So you have to do it for yourself and for everybody else. And I make it a habit of checking that everything is in good condition, especially the pulley. The pulley, the belt of the pulley has a part number, and that is very, very important to have spares on board on that particular belt. Also the motor is important. You have to have spare bearings for the motor of the pulley of the AC unit. And of course you have to check the freon level of the AC unit, especially if you are navigating in the Gulf area. It is very hot, and if your AC unit is not working properly, then you will have a very unhappy crew. So that's about it for today. That was the job that I was doing this morning, and I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you will be for my next vlog next week. See you guys. Goodbye.